What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm telling y'all that, like, the second people start to play games with you, the second you start to see some red flags, the second it's anything underhanded and weird, or like the second it's like all of a sudden they're not texting you back, or all of a sudden it's like they're cool with you, they're rolling with you, then there's all this like resistance, all of a sudden they're disagreeing with you on things. All of a sudden you got one opinion on things, then it's like they have the exact opposite opinion, no matter what it is you say. And, the second you start to deal with red flags and just weird stuff like that, like, let them go immediately. It's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. And like, this is something I really used to do a lot of, is ignore red flags and not let people out of my life that I should have, cut out of my life. And the thing is, like, the longer you wait, it's like that cement starts to harden. And now you have a friendship, or in many, many cases, a romantic relationship or a marriage. You're married to a toxic person, you're married to a narcissist, and now that cement is hardened. Now it's hard to get rid of this person. Now it's hard to get out. Now it's hard to leave. Now you're worried about being discarded and being tossed aside in a time that's really not going to be good for you to have them do that to you, and now you're in this like precarious situation that's just going to end up hurting you, and again, I've made a lot of these mistakes in the past, and I talked a lot about this in my video, You Can't Fix a Narcissist. But man, like, you really can't ignore any kind of red flags, any kind of disrespect, any kind of weirdness. Like, there's people that I've been kind of quote unquote friends with, I guess you could say, and then they make a weird move, and I stop being friends with them. Bottom line, like, any kind of strangeness or weirdness that happens. And like, there's people that I, hang out with and stuff that don't do this kind of thing. And like, here's the thing, a solid person is never going to do one of these weird moves to you. A solid person is never going to hit you with an underhanded, insult that looks like a compliment. A solid person is not going to put you in a weird situation. I could think of one situation I was put in that made me feel really, really weird. There was a guy I knew, thought he was cool, thought he was a friend, trusted him, whatever. And there's a girl that, we're mutual friends with that, God bless her heart, but she's, not my type, not my cup of tea, just, again, God bless her, but it's, it's pretty obvious to anybody that that's not a situation I was trying to do. And I don't want to be mean or anything, but just in terms of physical appearance, and then also in terms of this person's beliefs and lifestyle and whatever, it was very obvious that me and this person were not a match and that we weren't going to be lined up and stuff. And then I get this random text message like, "Oh, I gave so-and-so your number." I was like, "What? Why did you do that?" And I got a weird excuse and a weird story and whatever, but I remember I was just thinking, like, man, like, why would somebody do that? That's so weird. Like, in no circumstance or situation should you be doing that, and I could switch it around. Like, if there was some weird guy who's all obsessed with some girl or whatever, and then, I mean, nothing came of this. Like, this girl's fine. I didn't get weird text messages or anything like that, but it's just a situation where, like, if there's some guy who's super into some girl and then some mutual friend just like gives out her number to him and whatever, like, swap the genders around, and it's just stuff like that that's obviously a disrespect in boundaries, obviously just like, it's just stuff like that it makes me feel very uneasy when people do things like that, That's all I could say, and it's just like a really awkward situation could have been created from that. Luckily it wasn't, but just it's just strange stuff, strange stuff like that just makes me feel uneasy, makes me feel weird, and yeah, and it's just there's weird games people play too. Like I've talked about this a lot, but I've seen a lot of these situations and been in a lot of these situations where you'll have a friend, he's a buddy or whatever, a quote unquote friend, and you'll go to meet him at his house or he'll come to meet you at your house, and then it'll be this kind of thing where it's like, hey, could you come meet me by my car? No, you got to come in the house. And there's always a weird little control battle, and it's like, can you come meet me by my car? No, 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 you have to come in the house. And just like weird narcissistic power games that are just coming out of nowhere, and I'm just like, man, and the second I sense even the little slightest thing with anybody, I cut him out, because I've made the mistake in the past of ignoring the red flags and of having bad people in my life. And, and I realized that like good people just don't do these things. Good people don't make weird sideways moves. They just don't do it, period. They never do it and they never will. And bad people will at some point make a weird sideways move on you that just you don't like, you don't like it at all. And you're like, what the heck? And just hit you with weird energy out of nowhere, and I'll have people sometimes like act super deferential and like they want me to lead everything and figure everything out for them and stuff like that. So I'll do it, and then they'll get mad at me, like they don't like the decisions I'm making, or they don't like the things I'm making, or they're like, my voice just isn't heard. It's like, before you told me like you want me to figure everything out, you want me to do everything, and then all of a sudden I'm getting this other feedback and input that I'm like, well, you're the one that said you wanted me to figure things out for you. You wanted me to make the plans, and then all of a sudden you don't like the plans that I've made. And it's just annoying, And it's just like, I'm not just going to deal with people who are trying to undermine me all the time like that, And again, I've had a lot of people like that where it's a new coworker or it's some girl or whatever or whomever, and they're doing this whole thing of like treating me like I'm the leader and whatever. And I think they're covert narcissists is what it is. And then they try to turn me into someone who's oppressing them, or they try to turn me into a bully or something like that. And when that wasn't the case at all, and it's just some weird game they're playing with me, and I'm just like, man, with those kind of people, again, I just say, all right, bye-bye, Well, we're not friends anymore, This is over. Because again, like solid people don't do weird crap like that to you. And then there's the other side of it where someone is all of a sudden coming to you like acting like they're in charge of everything and they want to be in charge of everything and and all this stuff. And then when you just say like, hey, like I need some say so here, I'm not just going to go along with all this stuff, they blow up and they freak out, and I've had that too quite a bit. I've had both of those things equally where it's just like, what the heck, What in the heck? And it's like, there's no like, I can't win. I can't win in these situations, And they're always like, sorry, I dropped my can of seltzer there, but they're always like framing the situation. In my first scenario, it's like they'll jump on me. You're the leader. You figure everything out. You're so smart. You're so smart. You can figure everything out. Blah, 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 blah. And like I didn't choose that. They chose that for me. And then they're asking me about stuff, and they're mad that I don't have the same opinions as them. They're mad that I believe in different political things. They're mad that they don't like the plans I've set out or the things I want to do. And it's like, you asked me, And at the same time, you're doing all this stuff to like gas me up and try to like, oh, what's up, big dog, big man, you're so smart, blah, 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 blah. You're doing all this stuff, telling me I'm the captain and all this stuff, and then you're getting all mad at me, and it's like, what are you doing, you know? What are you doing? Then on the other side, they are now appointing themselves the leader over me and being all bossy and all weird and all strange. And I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Like, I want an equal partnership, you know, with people and in life in general. Like, I want an equal partnership. I want to stand on the same ground. But, you know, people just don't want to do that, you know, and I don't know, separate video there on like power dynamics and stuff like that, but I'm just like finding like just in life, it's so many fake people, you know, people I talk to, I don't know, in the workplace, you know, people I just talk to here and there, you know, sometimes going on the apps, on the dating apps, trying to talk to some girls or whatever, you know, and it's just like everybody is so fake and like I can't trust any of these people, you know. Like, if you're texting with somebody and just all of a sudden they're not going to give you a text back for 3-4 days, like, cut that person out. Be done with that person. And look, I'm not saying I'm some big perfect person and I've never ghosted anybody and I've never done any toxic things in my life and I've never had a narcissistic tendency or never done anything like this. Like, I'm not saying that at all. But, like, I have matured past that. I have developed past that. I've gotten 100% past that and I'm done with that, and I just want to be real with people and not play all these weird fake games and stuff. And most people want to play weird fake games and they want to see how long they can ghost people and do stuff like that. And like, if someone just ghosts you out of the blue, just don't keep talking to that person. If they text you back or whatever, don't keep talking to them, or don't keep hitting them up trying to, you know, see what's up with them. Like, if they just ghost you out of nowhere, bye-bye. That's a very fake move to do, you know? That's as fake as it gets. To just, if you're going to ghost me, just say, hey, like, and especially with, like, I don't know, let's just say a dating app or something. Just say, hey, like, you know, it was nice talking to you. I don't really feel a connection. I'm going to move on. And I can say, cool, awesome, you know? And I would appreciate that kind of honesty, but it's not like that, you know? And it's just like people really make you think it's one way, it's one kind of situation, when it's in fact like totally another situation. And it's like, why are you just like, you know, they're just like misleading you around and all this stuff. And, you know, it's like you're talking to somebody, you think you think it's going well, you think they're cool, whether it's a friend, a date, or a professional thing or whatever. And then all of a sudden it just takes this completely different turn, or something weird comes up, or, you know, or you got somebody, you're trying to make plans with them and the plans always get moved, you know, or, oh, I think you're such a cute guy, I'd love to, but like every weekend I have is just so busy. And it's just like, no, you know, and even with friends, it's like, oh, bro, we're going to hang out next weekend. But, you know, next weekend, dude, we're really going to hang out. Oh, next weekend, dude. It's just like, you've been saying this for months. What are we doing? You know, like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I am, you know, and I know people go through this. I know women go through this with guys who, whatever, won't text them back, or, you know, whatever, or just, you know, it's annoying. And, you know, then there are those people who are just blowing your phone up with 5 different text messages. Like, I've had narcissists texting me insane paragraphs and things like that. And it's like, I'm not doing that either, you know? Like, just meet me in a normal rhythm. Like, I do know normal people that I can just talk to and that don't do these things to me ever. But, like, it's so rare and it's so, like, few and far between. And it's so just, like, most people just disappoint me, you know? And I know a lot of people watching this know what I'm talking about. We're just like, man, like, everybody you talk to is just doing this stuff. And I remember there was a guy back in the day, and he asked me to come over to hang out at his house with him on the weekend, and I came over and I did that, and he was like, oh, whoa, dude, you actually showed up. I'm like, yeah, I said I would show up, and here I am. Whoop-de-doo, you know? I don't see what's so amazing about this, you know? And look, if you said you're going to hang out with someone on the weekend, then all of a sudden you're tired and you got a headache and you're stressed and whatever, fine. Take the time to yourself. But like, people are just making all these plans and then just completely just not following through with any of it, or people are acting like your friend and then all of a sudden they got a problem with you, or people are just being so weird, being weird. Like, I've even had people come up to me and be like, they want me to mentor them and all this stuff, but then all of a sudden they're being weird with me, and then all of a sudden they stop talking to me, or just this and that, or I don't know, or they want, like, I've had stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, let's chill, let's do it, but then it's just some weird kind of thing, and it's some weird kind of issue, or some weird kind of problem, or they expect me to be a different way, or something like that, and like, with me, like, what you see is what you get, This right here, I am a very, like, real, genuine person. Like, my energy is very, like, what you see is exactly what you get, So I don't know what's going on with these people, but it's just like, I think a lot of people, maybe they get hype on somebody and they pump someone up to be like this god or something, and then when it's like, all right, I'm just like a normal person, they're disappointed. I don't know what it is, but there's so many people just like being fake and flaky and just doing strange stuff. And if people are doing all that, like, cut them out, cut them out immediately. Don't try to like make it work with them or whatever. And, I've even had people I try to talk to and then it's just like big time rejection. They don't want to talk to me. They're mad at me, whatever. That's more about being a chosen one, and like they kind of see your righteous energy and it trips them out and stuff. But just, yeah, it's so much fakes and flakes and people who won't text you back, or people who are blowing up your phone with 5 paragraphs of insane text messages in a row, or just people's energy is just so all over the place and so not normal. And I'm just like, just be normal, be regular, please, Please, I can't do all this, where things are just being shifted around so much, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be as genuine as possible, and it's like these other people are trying to just be as fake as possible, and it just, I can't with it, I really can't with it. I can't mess with it. I can't deal with it. And it's just going to be more weirdness and more stupid stuff with these people. So, yeah, I'm going to end it here. But, yeah, God bless. And, a lot of fakes, a lot of flakes, a lot of BS. But, yeah, stay righteous, stay chosen, stay real, stay narc-free. Whatever it is, stay positive. And, yeah, God bless you all. I'll see you all next time.